Okay, good morning, students. Okay, welcome to our class Renewable Energy System. We are going to see our last topic in bioenergy, right? So we are going to see an introduction about alternate fuels, why we choose alternate fuel, different types of alternate fuel, and what are the blocks in alternate fuel, advantages and disadvantages of alcohol fuels and other possible fuels, and we are going to conclude our Unit 3 Bioenergy, right? Okay, let's move on to the introduction. Conventional fuels, we can say it as petroleum, coal, and nuclear materials are as conventional fuels, what we are using so far. Okay, so some of the alternate fuels have been discovered. So highly oxidized, sulfur-free, environment-friendly fuels have been discovered right now. So example of alternate fuels will be alcohol fuel, vegetable fuel, biodiesel, natural gas like CNG, right? Okay, so why we go for an alternate? Why we choose alternate fuel? Yes, obviously there are some of the advantages. Let's we go for alternate fuel. So conventional fuels are going to run out. Okay, it's already depleting day by day. So in order to reduce pollution, to reduce global warming, to save money, so biodegradable and it is non-toxic. Okay, so easy to handle and store. And for rural development, we choose alternate fuel. Okay, we can simply concise the advantages as three E's, which is nothing but eco-friendly, efficient, and economical, right? So what are the different types of alternate fuels? Okay, so alternate fuels is majorly classified as alcohol fuels, water, gasoline mixture, vegetable oil, biodiesel, hydrogen, LPG and CNG, electricity, and benzene are some of the alternate fuels, right? Okay, so yes, ethanol, it is alternate. It is always called ethyl alcohol. Okay, so we can obtain this ethanol from corn, sugarcane, or grasses. Okay, using ethanol can reduce oil dependence and greenhouse gases. Right. So as per our the data, US data, so using of ethanol is dramatically gets increased from 1.7 billion gallons to uh, 16.4 billion gallons in 2016, right? So here I given link to check out the car, which is Fiat car running in entirely on ethanol. Yes, of course, ethanol is also used in some of the drinks. Okay, so beer, wine, rum, and hookah, they are using ethanol as a ethanol. They are using ethanol, right? Okay, so ethanol is produced by fermenting and distilling starch, crops, or cellulose. Okay, so as what we seen in biodiesel, there are here also have some process fermentation like fermentation and distillation, right? They are producing ethanol. Okay, so most commonly used to increase the octane number. Okay, so octane and cetane are the numbers which are given to the fuels to say about the calorific value and the quality of the fuel. Right, I will discuss briefly about octane and cetane number in upcoming lectures. Right, okay, we can blend with gasoline fuels to obtain higher octane number and for higher efficiency. Okay, so in cold weather condition we can also blend a higher ethanol levels to avoid uh, uh, initial trouble, to avoid initial starting trouble, or we can able to easily evaporate the fuel and we can able to have a spark in the engine cylinder, right? So here the data is given up to 2013, how the countries have been increasing the ethanol production, right? So the data is up to only 2013. Okay, so like alcohol fluid is classified into ethanol and methanol, right? So we have seen about ethanol. Now we are going to look about methanol. Okay, so methanol is also known as wood alcohol, right? So it can be used as an alternate fuel in vehicles on M85. Okay, so methanol is extremely corrosive. We can easily convert methanol into hydrogen, which can be used for hydrogen fuel cell. Okay, so hydrogen fuel cell is um, uh, hydrogen fuel cell is used in upcoming generation like lithium ion batteries. Okay, so we are storing our electricity in lithium ion batteries for efficient storage, and we are using it with a motor, right? Similarly, we are storing hydrogen in hydrogen fuel cell, which can be efficiently used to run a car or run a vehicle. Okay. Okay, so next we are going to see about vegetable oil. Okay, vegetable oil is uh, uh, used in first diesel engine. Okay, vegetable oil is used in first diesel engine. Okay, the first diesel engine was designed by Rudolf Diesel. Okay, in 1984 he used to run the engine by peanut oil. Okay, and he said that it may be insignificant today. He said in his speech that the oil is vegetable oil is insignificant today, but it will be a promising oil when petrol and petrol, coal, tar are depreciating at that time, right? Okay, so the most diesel car are designed in such a purpose to we can directly use vegetable oils and pure plant oil, that is PPO and SPO are designed in such a manner we can directly use SPO and PPO. Okay, so initially the engine may be started with the help of diesel, and they can switch over to vegetable oil. Okay, so for a complete combustion and complete carbonization to take place, we have to preheat the vegetable oil in order to reduce the viscosity and surface tension of oil. Okay, so viscosity and surface tension, I hope you have studied in fluid mechanics, right? Yeah, we have so many times discussed about a biodiesel, right? So biodiesel is produced from vegetable oil, animal fats, recycled restaurant gas greases, right? So it is safe, biodegradable, reduces pollutant. Biodiesel can be also be used in from pure form, but it may require certain engine modification. No need to heat storage tanks in colder climates to prevent the fuel from gelling. So here the some of the points given for biodiesel which we have discussed already so many times. Okay, so these are some of the importance of biodiesel. Yeah, complete CO2 cycle. We have already seen the cycle. The formula for the chemical formula for any oil or fatty acids, right? Okay, if you remember these equations while writing your semester, it will be helpful for you to score more marks. We have seen this cycle so many times in our bioenergy unit. Yes, the plants are preparing the biodiesel. We are using as an fuel or to generate electricity. The remaining the pollution emitted as carbon dioxide is again get back to the um, trees, right? The another important alternate fuel is hydrogen, which is going to be a future in upcoming days. Okay, so not occur free in nature. In useful quantities, we cannot able to absorb hydrogen from the atmosphere, but we can easily manufacture by some other ways. Okay, the one promising method to produce hydrogen is we can able to extract hydrogen from water. Okay, so the chemical formula is H2O. We can easily separate hydrogen from water. Okay, so the major disadvantage in this process is we cannot use salt water. Okay, we cannot use salt water. We should use only pure water. Okay, so as you all know, our earth is surrounded by sea, around 3 parts, and we are having very less amount of pure water for our drinking purpose. Okay, so we can convert salt water into pure water, and we can separate oxygen, sorry, we can separate hydrogen from that water. Okay, so emits only a water vapor. The byproduct of hydrogen when it is used for vehicles, it is only a water vapor, assuming there is no leakage from the guidance areas. Okay, so the storing hydrogen is very much complicable. Okay, so a small ignition leads to it's hydrogen, storing hydrogen is very volatile, and it is leads to a danger. A small leakage in hydrogen storage tank leads to a very big danger. Okay, so it can store up to times of energy as conventional natural gas. Okay, so hydrogen has more potential than natural gas, produced domestically, environment friendly, right? So the initial cost to store hydrogen is is considerably high, right? So but the byproduct of hydrogen when it is used for when it is used after when it is used in engine, there is only water vapor. So compressed gas, what we are using now in LPG and CNG, right? So liquid petroleum gas is used for our home purpose, and for vehicles we are using compressed natural gas. Okay, if there is any leakage in compressed natural gas, it will be not a big disaster. Okay, because it is very lighter than air and it is easily mixes with air. Okay, so using compressed natural gas is very much safe compared to that of hydrogen, right? So there's given or the in this slide I given the advantages and disadvantages of compressed natural gas. Okay, it can be efficiently and safely stored. Yes, we are using in our home appliances, for home, for domestic purpose, more environment friendly. Most of the natural reserves of natural gas are underutilized. Okay, so improve lubrication because the cylinders are not washed by petrol excess, right? So here are the some of the disadvantages. Okay, the higher overall cost of natural vehicle compared to that of gasoline powered cars. Okay, so in order to convert gasoline powered cars, gasoline means like petrol and diesel, to convert into natural gas vehicle, the conversion takes much cost. Okay, so yes, of course, it is not uh, uh, similarly volatile as hydrogen, but it is also a dangerous thing to handle the natural gases, right? So these are the some of the advantages and disadvantages of CNG. Okay, so I hope in this lecture I have covered some of the points related to alternate fuels. Okay, what are the alternate fuels, and what are the thing from where we are extracting, right? uh, okay, so by this topic we completed our third unit, bioenergy. If you have any doubt in this topic or in this unit, so feel free to ask me, right? Okay, thank you for your time.